Hello and welcome back to the podcast We Are Selling. My name's Lee Woodward of Realtor, the all-in-one platform for real estate professionals. And today I'm taking you into a great story of one of our platform users of the Realtor software, and that is Brendan Stead. Now, Brendan Stead is of the Elders Lifestyle Group in Port Macquarie. And some of you will recall this story. We did a Zoom video interview because Brendan had achieved 14 listings using the price update. I promised to keep track of the story, and we are. So we're going to bring him back into the studio today to see where he's progressed. It's been about 8 months since the first interview was conducted. And for those of you that missed the original interview, I'm just going to step you back into a section of that interview, and we're going to take a listen to how Brendan puts his sequence together of using the price update, but more importantly, the very simple, natural phone call that he does following the price update being opened and his notification coming through. Let's cross to Brendan, and then let's bring him back into the studio to see where he is today.
I've just utilised it as a great connection tool with anyone on my database that has an address that lives in my core area, being Port Macquarie, and just sending them out every 3 to 6 months, giving them an update, a price update. Currently have my sister who works for me part-time, so she's at home with a baby and another one on the way, but just a good setup for her. So I have her set up on our agent box CRM system. Anyone that owns a property, she gets a task to send off a price update. She then notifies me and puts a task in my system, which notifies me to give them a call the next day. So I follow them up with a phone call. I'll see if they've opened it, have a quick conversation just to check in, and then there's a follow-up for the next 3 months to send another one.
I've got you live on air. Can we perform that phone call? I'll be the person who's received one yesterday. So ring, ring. Hello?
Hello, is that Lee?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, g'day Lee. It's Brendan from Elders Lifestyle Group. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks, mate.
Look, just a really quick courtesy call. You would have seen I sent you a link with a snapshot. Look a bit about what's happening in the market around you at the moment. Did you get that okay?
I did, and I got to tell you, this place has gone nuts. I cannot believe what people are getting for their houses. Mine must be worth a fortune.
It sure is. It sure is. Yeah, the market's certainly a lot of activity there, as I'm sure you're well aware. But look, just sort of checking with you. Look, any changes or updates on your end, or how's it all going?
We're all good, but I do look at those prices and think if we're going to go north, like that's big money going on out there, Brendan. Who's buying in the area?
Look, it's a broad range, Lee. We're finding a considerable amount coming out of the cities. I mean, that's been the case for a long time, but certainly this certainly pushed that. So, strong demand, and especially in your particular area, Lee.
Well, mate, it wouldn't hurt to get you over to have a look again. It's been a while, and I've done a few things to it. Would love you to come over and have a look.
Yeah, love to, Lee.
So, mate, that's fantastic. That's the phone call you're making. Very simple.
Yep.
How many price updates are you getting out a day? And what's been some of those learns in the sequence or rhythms of it?
So the goal's 15 to 20 a day, depending on how many I give my sister to do. She doesn't work every single day for me. So the goal is, average 15 to 20 a day. Biggest learn is finding out how many people are actually genuinely interested in what's going on around them. Sometimes there won't be people you get hold of, but you've seen they've opened the link. There's actually only one today. She's called me. I saw she opened the link at would have been about 10:30, and then about 10:45 she called me and said, like, we're ready to go. So just that little thing. And I sent that to her probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. Left her a message, never spoke to her. You know, she's found it. She knew I sent it.
And what you're doing there is you've got a sequence. And that was our original interview and a highlight with the role play. Let's bring him back into the studio from Elders Lifestyle Group. Brendan, welcome back.
G'day, Lee. How are you?
Mate, great to see you and great to see your progress. Take us into what's going on with the price update from using that on the platform. We'll start with that first.
Yeah, well, mate, it's really becoming a well-oiled machine now, I guess you can say. Still got my sister in there sending them out, so she works from home. It's a great idea from her, basically, so she can send them out. She sends probably 30 to 40 a day, depending on how many I assign to her. Since we last spoke, I've now got a leverage agent who works alongside me. So he then helps me out with those phone calls the next day, basically just trying to get indoors from that. I mean, I just think of it now. I had 2 yesterday that hit the book appraisal button. So sometimes you don't need to call them. They initiate that. Yeah, just setting those seeds and the phone call coming and then getting in the door. It's been excellent. Yeah.
And Brendan, one thing I really love about your journey, hence we're so interested in it, is last time we weren't really in a position to have a leverage agent. You've progressed to that point, but that leverage agent's generating income, also using the price update for you. They're not doing admin in any way. Is that correct?
Yeah, so no, he's simply a leverage agent.
Now, with the Realtair platform, one of the things we suggest to people that's such a powerful part is the progressive part of the technology, meaning you've done your price update. And Brendan, you're now in cycle where they're on their second or third. There's a bit of a joke in the office at the moment that you don't even go out and present. Other people have got their feet under the kitchen table, but you're just sending the agreement. Take us into that.
Yeah, it's quite funny actually. Yeah, because one of my colleagues here, Greg, he's been doing it for 25, 30 years, and that's all he knows. You're getting out there, going back out the second time and signing that agreement. It's very daunting, and I think any agent would agree to that. It is quite daunting. You have to run through the commissions and the marketing again, and you've all been through that, and then the little fine details that you have to go. So I will go out there, do the appraisal. I will qualify them basically one step it, I guess, and then I will say, look, I'll put this all in writing for you, and they'll have that within a couple of hours of me leaving the property, which will be the proposal through pitch, and that outlines all the commissions, the marketing, structures, the calendar, the whole lot. And then I'll follow them up with a phone call, either depending on the time, either that afternoon or the next day, and talk them through it. And 90% of the time, what will happen, they're happy to move forward. I say, look, I really leverage technology, and I make it very, very simple for you to do business with me. So all you need to do is give me the green light. I'll have everything digitally in your inbox. You can sign it, send it back to me, and I'll be in contact with your solicitors, and we can get the ball rolling. I sometimes feel that takes a lot of weight off people's shoulders, not knowing that we have to come back out again and go through things, and it's just so simple.
I think you'll be the first person in this country to master the technical close where I'll just send it, and if you do that, I can then reach out to your solicitors. You've actually create a sequence beyond the yes to say, let's get started. So you've signed the agreement, which is a powerful thing. Brendan, final question for you. What's on your focus list for the future as an agent? What are you looking at into the future now, saying that's the next part for me that I really want to start to work on?
Is growing the team a bit bigger now, and then expanding that and using the technology to do that. So I now know with Samet, who now works with me, I look at how busy he is with the amount of phone calls I send across to him from what's being sent out. Calls are really, really easy, a lot different to when I first started, with a phone book and had to try and awkwardly introduce yourself, etc. He's already been digitally introduced on to the people that he's calling. I'd love to then, my plan is then to grow that, to get another leverage agent and expand that and really embrace the digital prospecting, have digital prospecting working alongside the traditional prospecting, because I think it's far more powerful.
What a great answer. Just for our Realtair community right across the country that may not know where Brendan is, Elders Lifestyle Group is led by David Gray. And David's an amazing modern principal that's brought on a lot of technology, a lot of training. I'm one of many trainers that work within that group. But the group's expanded now. How many offices, how many people are at Elders Lifestyle Group?
I lose track. I think it's 12 or 13 offices now, I think. Yeah, well over, I think, 150 staff across the whole lot. So, yeah, it's a big team now from when I first joined with Dave when he first had the one office. So, yeah.
But, Brendan, congratulations. Great story. It was important that we checked in with you because it was a good start. But just like the tech, you've progressed and you're using a different technique. And I hope for anyone in the Realtair community watching this is a great example for you. But, Brendan, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Lee. Till next time. Cheers.
And that concludes another edition of We Are Selling. To get a demonstration or a discussion over the Realtair platform, you can go to realtair.com or call our service centre on 1300 367 412. Check out the webinars when they are on. Many people are now embracing the digital sale. I'm Lee Woodward. Thank you for listening.